And we are live again. Hello, everyone. Did you miss me last week? I wasn't here. We had Nuno here last week, but I'm back, and Nuno is also here. Hello, Nuno. How are you?
I'm very good. And you?
Very, very good. Thank you. Today in our weekly podcast, we are bringing another week, another subject, everything related and so together. And today we're going to talk about speed
Mm-hmm.
and efficiency, but it's not a physics class.
No, okay. It's a mindfulness class.
It's a mindfulness class.
Got it. Otherwise, I thought, am I on the wrong podcast?
Maybe, you never know. Okay,
Okay.
but it's really common when we talk to someone, and especially we always bring here our personal experience, and everyone know that we used to live in New York, and we notice that you meet people in the streets. Hey, hello, how are you? Oh, I'm good, but I'm late. I'm on a rush. I have something to do. And people are really speeding their lives.
Correct.
And we can notice, we understand that sometimes, yeah, we have to speed up because we have too much to solve in our plates. We have too much in our plates and we have too much to do and too much attention to give. But it's important that this is not our default.
Yeah. It shouldn't be the default.
It shouldn't be the default. And a lot of times we see people in this rush as a default, not because they have to, they really have a lot to do or a lot to solve or a lot in their plates, but because this is the default. This is how they are.
I think kind of pushed to live in that speed.
It's just a it's not a condition.
Yeah. It's the environment that is like if most people are living that way, if you are in that community, you're going to absorb that way of living, that speed, that velocity, that craziness. Yeah.
And there is this common thought that when I am doing this in a rush or when I'm doing a lot of things, in fact, I'm being more efficient. And this is what I want to talk, at least to start talking about. You want to share your experience a little bit about that?
Yes. I will never say that speed is bad. Okay? I think if you are agile, if you are someone skilled about one task, probably going to do that task faster. Okay. Let's see, people that are very used to use spreadsheets, probably they know by memory more formulas than I do because I use just the simple ones. And so I will be slower than someone that is more used to type those crazy formulas. That's fine. So speed is not something bad
necessarily.
But there's rush.
Exactly.
And when it's rush, then it's bad. You're gonna lower your skills. You're gonna lower the outcome, the end result,
the attention
to details, the attention to the end result. And you're gonna say, yeah, it's done. You send the PDF, and it's all wrong. You didn't review.
Yeah.
That's not a good way of building productivity in a mindful way. It's quite the opposite if you do that. So when you're rushing, probably you are compromising something. And so take a step back. Sometimes you're just going to add 2 minutes to review. And then you hit the send button. Okay, but you send it with awareness, not in that rush. I need to send this now. I need to come on. You're that doesn't work that way.
It's not gonna work. Yeah,
And the
sure.
thing is, for that simple example, the PDF is wrong. The time that will take you to receive the reply from the email saying there's something wrong with the file, and then you need to open it, then you need to review, then you have a bunch of blame covering your covering your personality, then you need to review, you need to rewrite, and so at the end you're going to spend more time dealing with something that if you avoid rushing,
Mm-hmm.
you will do better.
Yeah.
You're going to send, you're going to have a thumbs up at the end. So I don't recommend rushing.
Yeah, true. There is this sentence from Professor DeRose, and he says that everything you do in a fast way, it's going to be faster if you do it slowly. And it's so true,
100% agree.
right? When we are like in a rush, I think this is the point. The problem is not the speed, it's the rush.
Yeah.
And if you're doing things in a rush, the probability that you're going to make mistakes is way bigger.
Mhm.
And a lot of times this happens because you are not fully aware of what you're doing because you are rushing. So your mind is not clear. Your mind is
Mhm.
like a lot. So you can't focus, you can't connect with what you are doing.
Mhm.
And so completely agreed. But there is something that really compromises our focus and our results, and it's this gadget here. It's not Lola, it's the phone. Because you are trying to focus to do something. It can be a spreadsheet, for example, or it can be a text that you have to write, an email that you have to prepare, any task. But if you have your phone or your watch buzzing or blipping or lighting, anything that calls your attention, there is this light that says that some people can be multifunction,
Mhm.
multitask,
Multitask.
multi-channel, multitask. But it's not true. Like it's really low the number of people that can multitask. What happens to us usually is I'm paying attention here, then something else calls my attention. Then I change my attention to my watch, to this WhatsApp or Instagram message. Okay, it's not important. So I have to come back to my attention here. Where was I before that called my attention? This uses a lot of energy.
Mhm.
And it's going to compromise the efficiency. So if you're not going to be efficient, you have to be fast to compensate the time that you used seeing what was happening in the world. It's not the world, it's internet, while you were doing something. So you have to compensate this time. So you're gonna rush.
Yeah.
So the idea is turn off all the notifications. It's really important to remember that you are not working for your watch or your
phone.
phone or your email or anything. They are excellent gadgets, but they are here to make your life easier, not
Mhm.
harder. You want to say something about it?
No, I just totally agree because if in one hand it gives a lot of it's very useful. For
Mhm.
example, yesterday we were reviewing the website, our website.
Mhm.
And the person that was doing that, because he's in Brazil in a different time zone,
Mhm.
he reached out to me asking a few things. And I was at home, I was able to provide all the information. But then, you didn't know, I was on the taking the car out of the parking, and another message from him, and I know that it's important.
Yeah.
Okay. And so read the preview and said, I need to do this. So what I did, I took the car out, I temporarily park the car, and I know cell phone, I can easily go to the find what he was requesting, and it made sense that what he was requesting was not a silly thing. It was an important thing, and it was related to the previous one. And I said, yeah, I need to continue. And so I stopped my car for 1 minute, and it was just 1 minute. I was able to give all the information, and then I said, I'll be driving for the next 10 minutes. So
won't be able to answer
won't be
you.
able to answer for the next 10 minutes. Boom. And it was solved. So having the cell phone with internet access to your drives, to your Dropbox, everything, it's amazing. It is amazing. Otherwise, I'll need to come back home, get into my computer to send that information.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see,
No doubt.
You know that there's really good things about it.
Yes.
But you cannot be the slave of that technology, of being always available. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, right? But I know that when I replied and then I said I'll be driving for the next 10 minutes, the other person will respect that. Okay?
Yeah.
It was not the case. It was the last thing, and there were no questions about it. But still, it was. I read. He said, "Thank you." 10 minutes later. See, you can do that. Live a good life with your cell phone, but not be a slave of notifications, of being always available, always being ready to answer, to reply.
It's a really subtle threshold.
Indeed.
It's really subtle. So we have to be aware of that, because when we are just on the phone, scrolling, talking, chatting, seeing things, you are not present. So you notice that time is passing so fast. You are not living, you are not enjoying these moments, because you are doing Instagram, then you have a notification from TikTok, then you go to TikTok, then someone sends you a message in WhatsApp, then you see, oh, it's not for me, it's just in a group. So let me check the weather. Oh no, oh, another Instagram message, let me go to, and then the day is over and you didn't do anything. But at the same time, you spent a lot of energy. You don't have energy to do anything else.
Yeah. And you are almost as tired as if you were working those hours in a row without stopping.
Yeah. Sometimes more.
Yeah, and that is crazy, because we know that if we think about social media, is a lot about entertainment. The old TV things, the shows from TV in the 80s and the 90s, they kind of were transferred to the social media explosion. But imagine you are drained after a few minutes on social media.
Yeah.
On suggested videos, and, links, and if you have FOMO, it seems like everybody's away and ahead of you of that subject, and then you get anxious. It is really, really tough.
Yeah.
And for us, that we have an online presence, like our school is an online school, so we know that we need to communicate that way. We are in the same room, but most of our colleagues that we work with, they don't even live in the same city, not even the same country as we do.
Yes.
So we do use, in a good way, I think, this way of getting people closer with the internet. So
That's
we need
beautiful.
to be present. We need to be on Instagram, like we are here. We are on YouTube as well. We need to send emails. We need to do all of that because we are an online platform, but always controlling in a mindful way the time that we spend here.
Yes.
Okay, that's challenging.
And one exercise that we can do every day, I do a few times a day. I just am out, no notifications. Of course, I do that during the night, like no notifications during the night at all. But when I do my classes, I also turn off the notifications, like don't disturb. I have the virtual board, no disturb. When I'm doing something, like it's important a few times a day to put the don't disturb board, so people, it's not people, it's you are not going to be disturbed by anyone, and you can be
Mhm.
completely present. So if you have something important to do, if you have to be aware, if you have to be present doing something, use this skill, no,
I
this
think it'll be widgets,
widgets,
probably. Yeah.
okay, and then use that to be completely present and completely offline,
Mhm.
and be more present in what you are doing at that moment.
Yeah.
And this is going, it's so important, because a lot of times in our lives we are, for example, oh, I'm doing something I don't like to. Not everyone likes their job. I'm
Mhm.
lucky enough to know that I love my job, but not everyone does. So a form of distraction is using social media, for
Mhm.
example. But then you get used to that. And then the moments you should be present, for example, you are on vacation, you are with your family, you are with your beloved ones, you are going to be used to get the phone and to scroll,
Yeah.
because it's just a habit that it's already automated
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
in your life. So when you question that, when you, okay, I'm not going to be online all the time, I'm going to be present here. It's important to do those things, not to work in this automated way of living,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. 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 I totally agree. Even though I think there's always space for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are in a boring line waiting to be
Exactly.
like,
Train.
yeah, just something. Okay, you're just waiting.
Yeah, I was in the airport these days for a lot of
Yeah,
hours. It was
that's
amazing.
okay. You can have your book that you can
Mm-hmm.
mind wander with the book. You can have social media. You can talk with people that say, hey, I haven't talked for that person for that long, and I was thinking about the trip that we did together, and then you reach out. So I don't think he's the enemy. Like social media is not the enemy, but
Mm-hmm.
it can be
Yeah.
if you overuse it.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I
Right?
agree. I
And because
agree.
there are a lot of so good content, educational content on social media that will actually learn. Let's think about the recipes.
Yeah.
Come on, nowadays the level went really high
Yeah.
with such amazing recipes from all over the world that are there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No
That's
doubt.
crazy.
No doubt. Yeah.
And so there's this side of the educational slash entertainment because it needs to be kind of interesting, but it's more about giving content, giving knowledge about one subject that I like.
But then you have to be aware and educate your algorithm to give to you what
Mhm.
you want, and
Yes.
not what the algorithm is suggesting you.
Hmm.
So it can be really tricky, but I agree with you. And
Hmm.
it's a way deeper subject. I'm agree with you.
Yeah.
But no, how is this all related to our most ancient way to train? There's no relation, right?
It is.
I knew it.
Yes, yes. The awareness that we train
Mhm,
in all of our classes, no exception,
mhm,
it is the skill that we need to take those mindful decisions.
mhm,
Uh, if you're holding the one balanced position on one leg,
mhm.
you won't be able to mind wander. You're gonna lose your balance.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
So in those exercises that you are challenging yourself physically, but your brain is training to be extremely focused, otherwise you will fall. You're going to lose your balance.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of training is the one that you need to be more productive and to avoid distractions. Meditation is the training of narrowing your attention into one thing. You're sitting in a classroom, there's a lot of things happening: people, lights, music, sounds, scents.
Mm-hmm.
You can connect with all of that
Yes.
and mind wander uh, with all of that. Or you can follow the instruction and say, focus on this one thing,
Yes.
an image or a sound, focus. And that way your mind will try to mind wander, and then you go on and train your mind to say, not now. Teacher said to focus on this sound. But there's no, I know this is another sound. No, this sound. Oh, but there's also this music the sound. Oh, but then I have the email, the sound, the sound, the sound. That's the training of
Uh-huh.
coming back to the training of concentration, of focus. And that's our approach to meditation, to train your brain to gradually be more equipped to focus, come back to the main subject. When you do that and you are trained that way, on a meeting, imagine how productive you are.
Exactly, exactly. And then you don't have to be in a rush all the time because you can be more effective, more efficient
Mm-hmm.
in what you're doing because, okay, this is important. Let me write this down. I'm not going to use some space in my head
Yeah.
for that. Okay, it's here. Then I know that I have to be home. Like you have more a sharp mind, of a sharp focus that's going to help you. And then you don't have to be in a rush all the time because you're using your time wisely.
Yeah. So that means you're going to do, if you have before and after kind of things, okay, if you have 10 tasks to do without the meditation training, you're going to use a specific amount of time. With the meditation training, you're going to do those same tasks in less time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you can choose, I can do more things in less time. For me, that's the definition of productivity.
Yeah.
I can do more and take less time of my life.
But not in a
doing it.
rush.
Not in a rush. It is just because you are very focused, not distracted at all, and you're doing your thing,
Mm-hmm.
not in a rush. And that's the productivity that I believe. Coming back to the same subject, reviewing our website.
Yes.
There's no distractions there. I'm clicking all buttons, I'm checking all the URLs, absolute immerse that task.
Mm-hmm.
I get tired at the end, of
Of
course.
course.
Of
You're
course.
supposed to.
But if I do that at the same time, having my phone scrolling,
Mm-mm.
it won't work.
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't work that way. So that's how I believe that productivity should be. Do more things in less amount of time.
And not using that much energy because you're focused.
Yeah,
true.
When you lose your focus, you are spending two energies: the distraction and the coming back. If you stay on track, you don't need to lose those two energies out and in again.
Yeah.
You just stay there. I love that. It is one of the sensations that I love the most, is to be focused doing one thing, like a train on track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no options there. Just go. I have my mind like a train, just going miles and miles and miles on the same track. No distractions, and just
That's cool.
That's cool. That's my image of focus.
That's really cool. No, thank you. And if everyone watching us want to learn how to do that, want to be more focused, more productive, more efficient, but without this rush feeling, they can try our 14 days in our platform. The link is here, or you can reach out to us Instagram, WhatsApp, email, anything. Call us, come be part of our group, learn how to be more productive in less time. We're gonna wait to see you in our classes, then you're gonna understand what we're talking about. Wait for you in our classes and see you next week.
Have a mindful week.
Bye
Bye.
bye.